Day 9 of the devotion on the Lord's Prayer. After teaching his disciples how they should pray, Jesus told a parable, the parable of the friend at midnight, a parable about a man who is reluctant to grant requests, to teach his disciples or us the right attitude of prayer. Luke chapter 11 verse 5 to verse 8. Then Jesus said to them, "Suppose you have a friend, and you go to him at midnight and say, 'Friend, lend me 3 loaves of bread. A friend of mine on a journey has come to me, and I have no food to offer him.'" Verse 7. And suppose the one inside answers, "Don't bother me, the door is already locked, and my children and I are in bed. I can't get up and give you anything." Verse 8. I tell you, even though he will not get up and give you the bread because of friendship, yet because of your shameless audacity, he will surely get up and give you as much as you need. After hearing this parable, we might empathize with the friend who was being woken up at midnight. But in the culture of the biblical world, it is the woken up friend who is unsympathetic and behaving badly. Hospitality was of utmost importance in the biblical world. When a guest arrived, even at the unexpected time, like in the middle of the night, as mentioned in the parable, there was no question that hospitality must be extended. So, when the man in the parable finds himself without enough bread for his guests, the ability of this man to provide hospitality and thus his honor is at stake. Hence, he goes to his friend and asks to borrow some, even though he must wake up his friend's entire household. At first, the woken up friend was resistant to his friend's need, reluctant to grant the request. But because of his friend's shameless audacity, this woken up friend will eventually respond to this man's request. The woken up friend responded to this man's request, not because he is a friend to this man, but because this man displays no shame in asking for help to meet the requirements of hospitality. What Jesus wants to teach about the right attitude of prayer is the shameless audacity in asking for help. In this parable, Jesus contrasted this man to God. This reluctant and selfish man is nothing like our loving and generous God. If even a reluctant and selfish man will eventually rise at midnight and supply the needs because of his friend's shameless audacity in asking for help, how much more will our Heavenly Father, who wants to give us what is good and life-giving, be moved when we, his beloved sons and daughters, ask him in our distress and needs? In this parable, the man did not visit a stranger. He went to someone he already knew, his friend. He also did not consider his shame. He trusted that his friend is able to help him. We must always remember that our Heavenly Father wants to hear from us. He is always willing to listen. Our requests are never too trivial and not worth bothering God. We don't annoy Him when we come with a heart that desires His best for us. It is for this reason the author of Hebrews invites us, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. "Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." Our Heavenly Father cares for us. He loves to listen to our prayers, and He longs to bless us.